stay in there.
Oh! What a bomb from Pacheco!
Pacheco showing he can counter, he can lead with the right hand and land like that.
And the new WBO International Super Middleweight Champion, Pacheco.
What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about. We're mentioning this weekend's upcoming fight in Las Vegas between Diego Pacheco and Steven Nelson. Guys, before we continue, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who's been with me since day one. And if you haven't already, could you please hit subscribe and the notification buttons? What that'll allow me to do is every time I put a video out that's new, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you. If you're interested in staying up to date on a daily basis of everything that's going on in the boxing world, be sure to check out my YouTube shorts section. I post 4 to 5 times a day there in the short form. It's a great way for you guys to stay connected on our favorite sport. There's a lot of fights coming up in the boxing world. There's a few big fights coming up in the next week. We already featured one of them, Naoya Inoue versus Kim. That's happening in Tokyo. But in the United States, Las Vegas, Nevada at the Cosmo, we have a great fight at 168 pounds that I feel has been flying under the radar. It's not for any major belts, but it's definitely for the pecking order of the 168-pound division between rising young star Diego Pacheco and grizzled veteran Steven so-called Nelson. Guys, these are both undefeated fighters. These are both knockout artists. Diego Pacheco comes from the Pacific Northwest from a heralded boxing camp. We know that he's coached by Jose Benavidez Sr. He gets great looks in sparring. And late last year, I interviewed young rising prospect from the money team, Joseph Brown. He flies down from Canada all the time to the Pacific Northwest and gets rounds in with Pacheco, and he just can't speak highly enough on his work ethic, his skill set, and his ferocity in the gym. Diego Pacheco's a guy who wants to put himself at the top of the mountain at 168 pounds. When I think about Steven so-called Nelson, this is a guy who got into boxing late. We know he also comes from a very heralded gym. Bomac, Terrence Crawford's one of his best friends. He will be in the corner for this fight. Whenever you're around greatness, you know that's gonna rub off on you. Steven Nelson's also an undefeated knockout artist. When you think about both guys, where they are in their careers though, Steven Nelson is going into this fight looking at it as it's his time to shine. It's either now or never. You're not getting any younger. He's 36 years old, and it's a great opportunity for him to show the world that he does have the goods to become a world champion, and he does have what it takes to knock off the young rising prospect with all of the attention on him. And Pacheco's going into this looking at it as business as usual. He says in interviews that he's gonna go do what he always has done. Even though Crawford is in the corner, Crawford can't fight for him, so he's just looking at it as another victory, and he's definitely going for the knockout. So in this video, because this fight's this weekend, we're gonna break down fighters side by side, talk about what they've been up to, talk about their physical attributes. I will give you my prediction at the end of the video, so stay tuned. I will also ask you for yours. For now, let's take a closer look at so-called Steven Nelson. Guys, Steven Nelson is 20-0 with 16 knockouts. He carries into the ring an 80% career knockout to win ratio and is currently ranked number 13 in the world at 168 pounds. The American is a 36-year-old orthodox fighter standing at 5'10" with a 75-inch reach. We last saw him fight Rodriguez, 20-0, knockout in the 5th. Montgomery, 10-4, UD in the 10th. Ballard, 10-4, knockout in the 1st. Ware, 13-2, knockout in the 6th. Killick, 14-0, knockout in the 8th. Guys, Steven Nelson is 36 years old. It's his time to shine. It's a great opportunity with all the lights and a lot of eyes on him. He's coming into the ring like he does all these fights with a chip on his shoulder. He feels that he has been underrated his whole career, and he also talks about just because he doesn't have this long, extensive amateur background doesn't mean that he can't make his own waves and create his own name in the sport of boxing. He is also a knockout artist, 80% career knockout to win ratio. This is going to be a fun fight for however long it lasts. I feel like Steven will stay in the middle and fight Pacheco's fight, and he's going to want to see and prove a point that he's supposed to be there and that he can hang with the best prospects and contenders in the world at 168 pounds. And who knows, whoever wins this fight, you know every guy in that division is gunning for the top dog, Canelo Alvarez. We know that Canelo's name has been attached with the Bud Crawford fight this coming September. Nothing is in stone yet. And with Steven Nelson, a win will propel him into the top 10 world rankings. Now let's take a closer look at Diego Pacheco. Guys, Pacheco's 22-0 with 18 knockouts. He carries into the ring an 82% career knockout to win ratio. He's currently ranked number 4 in the world at 168 pounds. The American's a 6'4" orthodox fighter with a 79-inch reach. We last saw him fight Sulecki, 32-2, knockout in the 6th. McCalman, 15-0, UD in the 10th. Caceres, 32-5, knockout in the 9th. Gallegos, 20-1, knockout in the 4th. Cullen, 21-3, knockout in the 4th. Guys, just like Nelson, he is a knockout artist. The thing he has on his side is youth. He has buzz, and he has the confidence of that upstart amateur background. People have been saying the name Diego Pacheco for years, and at only 23 years old, this is another great opportunity to prove to everyone, prove to his fans and his doubters that he is the guy to beat at 168 pounds. Already ranked number 4 in the world. There's not too much else to go for him. Big show here, an exciting and electrifying knockout against an undefeated veteran will definitely put the spotlight on Pacheco. We know he wants the biggest fights. I already said we know the winner will put themselves in position to possibly get a Canelo fight. You look at both guys side by side. Over a 10-year age gap. Pacheco's the younger guy. He's the taller guy. He has the longer reach. All the physical attributes are on Pacheco's side. And Las Vegas also agrees with those attributes. Vegas has Nelson as a 4-1 underdog, meaning if you put $100 on So Cold, you'll get 400 back. When we talk about their game plans and how they go about their business, both guys will be there to get hit. In their past fights, we've seen them get hit multiple times, but they almost invite their opponents inside to set up that knockout. That's why I feel this is an intriguing and an exciting matchup, because I don't think we're gonna see too many backward steps. It's gonna come down to ferocity. It's gonna come down to grit. It's gonna come down to determination. I think both men will be tested. I think this is a great matchup for both guys. They should bring the best out of each other. When I think about my own prediction, it's so hard to bet against the younger fighter. We know combat sports, I say it all the time, is a younger man's sport. I'm a fan of both guys, a fan of both camps. They produce world champions. But my father always said, and if you've been a fan of my channel for a long time, you'll know what I'm about to say here. He'd say, Johnny, bet with your wallet, not with your heart. I'm putting all my money on Diego Pacheco. I think Nelson's gonna be tough early. I think it's gonna be a good fight early, mid to late rounds, knockout for Pacheco, and I think that it's gonna propel him on the cusp of being a superstar at 168 pounds. You don't have to agree with me. I don't run my channel as an echo chamber. I wanna know your thoughts. How do you see this going? Does Pacheco win? Is it by decision or knockout? Does Steven Nelson win? Is it by decision or knockout? Let me know in the comment section below.